Hey everyone, how's it going? It's a sad day for Norway because they're officially out of the Euros. They got kicked out today, and I don't know. Take it away, Sarah.
Yeah, sadly, it is a sad day for Norway and the Norwegian fans and the players. And, I don't think this was shocking to a lot of people, but Italy did it. A lot of people are talking about this is their team going to go far. Very exciting. I actually don't know if this is going to be a standalone video or if we're going to add it to the England-Sweden game, the outcome of that game. We might. I haven't quite decided. Depends on how much I get done of this video. Also, one other problem. Remember last video I talked about we had too many mic sounds? Last video I was watching it back and listening to it back. I said like 1,000 times. I usually try to edit that out or try not to do that. So I got to work on that too. So there's a lot I got to work on. I know. I definitely have to work on that. But how's it going? Also, the U.S. players, I don't know exactly the title of it, the annual players ball that they do every year was last night, and they honored Alex Morgan, Kelley O'Hara, Sam Mewis, Kling, Tobin Heath, all for retiring. Everyone looked spectacular. Looked like a fun event. Always looks like a fun event. I don't think we'll talk about it in another video, but they did look outstanding, and happy and sad. Happy they had a great time, but sad players are retiring. But everyone looked great. But let's get right into this. Let's get right into this first quarter final of the Euros, Italy versus Norway. Going into the game, I don't know. I thought Italy was going to win. The Norwegian wins were not that convincing in the group stage.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's like they were just getting by, just winning almost by luck instead of strategy, I guess.
Yeah, it was almost like, they got the last minute goal, but some would say, well, that's why they're Norway. That's why they're good. I could see that argument too. But even in the pre-show, Ari was talking about, she was like annoyed that people were treating Norway like the underdogs because it's Norway. They have a history of winning the Euros, not in the recent history, but they have superstars on their team. I thought that was kind of an interesting point she made. But in that same breath, she still predicted Italy to win. So I thought it was funny how she said that. Also, they brought back Alexi Lalas. I thought we were good without him.
I was going to say, where did he come from? Who invited him? Yeah, bring back Julie.
Yeah, he's fine, but I thought it was great without him. And even Carly said Norway has not looked impressive. They haven't looked convincing. But going into this, I think a lot of people's heart was with Italy. Norway hasn't looked convincing. They haven't looked like they really wanted it. Who said that? Somebody said it in the last broadcast. It almost looked like they didn't want to be out there. Now, I don't think that's true, but sometimes with actions, you can kind of tell whether you look like you want to be out there. I didn't quite see that, but one of the commentators said that. Maybe it was Jen or Carly. I forget. But going to this game also, Norway already was kind of in a bind because their starting left back had a red card. So that means she couldn't play. She was obviously suspended for this game. And people were kind of concerned that they put GURO RIETEN, slotted her into that spot. And people thought, wait, why GURO? You know what I mean? That was the first kind of something. We'll read a comment about that second. But out of the gate, Italy got going. And like the first minute, they had a pretty close free kick in the first minute.
Italy got going fast. They looked peppy. They looked aggressive. They looked hungry.
Yeah, it almost felt like Italy wanted it more. And not to say that I don't think that Norway didn't, but Italy just looked really hungry. First half was pretty Italy strong. Although no one scored, Italy came close a few times. Caruso came really close. And within the first 20 minutes, Italy had 3 attempts on goal and Norway had 0. I saw that graphic. But Norway's getting frustrated. They got a yellow card in the 23rd minute. They were looking actually pretty frustrated out there. It was almost like they wanted to win, but they were scared of losing more than they wanted to win. You know what I mean?
Ah, that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. Because over their history, they have not been successful in the last 10 years tournament play.
So you end up sabotaging yourself.
Yeah, maybe. Halftime 0-0, looking good for Italy. But then come back from halftime. We'll go right to it. In the 50th minute, Girelli had a beautiful, beautiful goal. Just snuck it right in there past two defenders. The captain of the team, Italy, great. I think they said she's their all-time goal scorer for Italy. Couldn't be more fitting to get that first goal. Then, I would actually say this was the most traumatizing part of the game. Penalty for Norway. And first of all, people are saying they didn't think that was a penalty, because Hegerberg was offsides. And they're doing this thing where even if you're offsides, a penalty, whatever the most major infraction is counted first. Like there was a game against Spain. Spain had a handball but was offsides. They didn't count the handball, but she was off because she was offsides. This was she was offsides but was fouled. So whatever the major infraction is, something like that. So I think it's a little bit confusing, and I think that's what the rules guy said. He said because this was more major infraction, that's why it was able to be given a penalty, even though she was offside, if that makes any sense. So first of all, people were kind of annoyed by that, but this was kind of the most dramatic part of the game. Hegerberg goes up, has already missed a PK in this tournament.
Then shockingly, she missed the PK. And when she shot, she shot to the right, a little too much to the right, and I was shook. We were all shook. We were kind of screaming, actually. She didn't really look confident taking the PK. I'm sorry. I love Hegerberg, love the team, love everyone, but there was 10 other people that could have taken that shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't know why I get it. Maybe, hey, redeem yourself, but I don't know. Next time.
She's the captain. Maybe it's completely her choice. The coach says, you choose. Do you want to take her? Or do you want to go next on the list? She probably is thinking, I want to redeem myself. I want to show that, I can make the PK. Unfortunately, she showed the opposite, that she kind of folded under pressure. I don't know. That sounds kind of harsh. But she missed it, and that was pivotal. Now, the part where she redeemed herself was a few minutes later. She did score a beautiful goal. About 5 minutes later, she had a beautiful goal. She scored it. She made it count. So you know how they say maybe she redeemed herself, but I'm looking at the opposite way. She might have redeemed herself, but what if she had made that goal? What if she had made that PK? Then they would have been tied and went to extra time. You get what I'm saying? Although she redeemed herself, think about if she would have made that goal. Obviously you would say, well, the same thing wouldn't have happened 5 minutes later. That's not the way the world works, but it kind of does.
You never know until time travel becomes a thing. We'll never know.
Yeah, exactly. So it was all tied up at that point. I don't think I wanted extra time, if I'm being honest. It was going to go to 2 15-minute halves. I don't think I wanted it. I think I wanted it to be settled right then and there. Because it poops out the players too. You don't want these players to go so long. It poops them out. Now it gives whoever goes to the semifinal gives their opponent a advantage because these players would be extra pooped out. But after the Norway goal, they actually got a little more confidence. They were playing better. The ball was more on their side. They looked more confident. They looked like they could score. Were they playing that much better than Italy at that point? Not really. No one was really playing amazing, but they did get a lot more confidence. They were looking better. But in the most beautiful goal Italy has ever seen in the last 25 years, yes. The superstar herself, Italy's all-time goal scorer, does it again in the 89th minute.
Such a beautiful header.
The coach is running. He's running over there.
Oh.
He was celebrating with the players. It was actually kind of cute. But she does it. That's it. Yes, there was 4 minutes of added time. But after 25 years of being in a semifinal, Italy had been into the semifinals twice in their history, but in 25 years, first time, and they beat them. They did what I think people thought they could do and were capable of doing, and have been in a lot of ways the better team. They haven't scored as many goals as Norway. They haven't.
I want to watch 100 times in a row that the coach just running. Kind of looks like a little toddler. Yeah, he's just excited and he's running.
It's pretty funny. But he's celebrating with the whole team, just like everything. So exciting. That's pretty much what happened. They outplayed Norway. Norway didn't really look good in most respects. People are saying their midfield was non-existent. What was Guru being a left back? I mean, people were saying Hegerberg missing that PK. They said the one bright spot of the game was, I think you pronounce it Gaupset. Very young. I think they said she was 20 years old. She started this game, had a couple good shots. That was kind of a one bright spot. But they're thinking, do you have to make over the whole team like a lot of teams are doing? Do you have to get rid of the Hegerberg? Do you have to get rid of, what do? You have superstars on this Norwegian team and they can't produce. That's kind of the story. You put a whole bunch of superstars on a team. Now, people have theories. Maybe they're not as good as people think, which I don't think is true, but I'm just saying some of the theories I've seen. Maybe they just can't play cohesively with each other. Maybe people are saying, what is going on with this group? Maybe their bench isn't deep enough, but they did it. People are, at the very end, the commentator saying disjointed, not, to be honest, it looked like Italy just wanted it more. Honestly, just looking at not only the players, looking at the players, at the fans, it looked like Italy wanted it more. We're going to read a couple comments.
Okay. GURO RIETEN is the lead penalty taker for Chelsea. Her shots are clean and deadly. Hegerberger had already missed one penalty this tournament. Why on earth would Norway coach choose Hegerberg over Rieten? I think we're all thinking the same.
Maybe Hegerberg said, I'm the captain, I want to prove myself. Maybe no one, then on the broadcast they said maybe no one else wanted the responsibilities of the PKs because it's very nerve-wracking and some people's nerves get to them. So maybe no one else wanted to do it. So Hegerberg says, I'll do it. I could see that.
I would throw up on the spot.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just going to read this comment because it is next in line, but I see someone goes, Norway robbed. And I don't know quite what they meant.
They're probably just a fan who's grieving the loss.
Yeah. Yeah, and another person says, I don't understand why Hegerberg gets the chance to take a penalty. She missed last time as well. Once is like enough. Then someone goes, please find a new manager, one who knows how to use the players and make Norway better. Because they're saying, why was Guru a left back? Maybe the subs weren't the greatest choices. Maybe they shouldn't have Hegerberg take the PKs. But then someone made a good point. They said, this team has had 3 managers in 3 years. Maybe the players aren't just good enough. That was an interesting point. Not that I don't think the players are good enough, but maybe that is kind of a good point. 3 managers in 3 years. What's going on? Is it the federation? What is it? Bad? Are they just picking bad managers? I don't know.
It's really hurtful. So much respect for this team. I'm still so proud of these girls. Norway always rises again. Squeezes. Ooh, like hugs and kisses.
Yeah.
Squeezes.
And I saw that. People, at the end when you lose, their fans are still going to support them. And people were saying, hey, it sucks, but we still support them. We're fans. And then again, someone goes, Italy was just damn lucky. Luckily, Hegerberg had somebody said maybe Hegerberg had a pebble in her shoe during the penalty. I don't know if they heard that she had a rock in her shoe. That is the rumor that she had a rock in her shoe. So that could affect you too.
There's actually nothing worse than having a rock in your shoe. It's just so uncomfortable. It's the worst.
And then here's another comment about Norway.
One of the best attacking player in the world, Rieten, but playing in left back tonight. 2 good penalty takers on the pitch, Rieten and Meld. But Hegerberg, who missed once in the Euros, was invited to miss again. The manager has no clue at all. What a waste of talent, time and again. Norway needs to invest in a good manager.
Yeah, so some Norwegian fans not happy. And then someone says, sad, Guru left back wasn't the best idea. She has to play up front. Someone says, Girelli, I am clapping my hands in the someone goes, Girelli, I'm clapping my hands in the USA. What a wonder goal. You are an amazing player. So love to see that. And then here's a really cute comment too.
Congratulations to these talented girls. They are making us passionate about the women's national team because they are better than the men's national team. They have more grit and more will. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw that the men's national team maybe historically hasn't done great, but the team is really inspiring. You know, they're doing they're doing what a lot of countries have done in the last 10 years, making these players household names, which is so freaking cool. So, what does this mean tomorrow? Tomorrow, it's Sweden versus England. And, you know, some people are saying, what did Alexi say? That Sweden and England are licking their chops because they get to face Italy, which A, rude, but B, don't underestimate people, you know? Maybe Italy isn't Spain. Maybe they're not Germany. Maybe people are saying that that left side of the bracket's a lot easier. I don't know. I think anytime you underestimate the teams, so I don't think Sweden or England have a shoe-in, you know what I mean? Also, that Sweden England is going to be tough. I hope maybe this video will go up before then, maybe it won't, but that will be exciting. People think that we definitely want England to win. I would be happy with Sweden to win. I think a lot of our viewers are English, based on our analytics, but I would be super happy if Sweden wins. I really enjoy the Swedish team. I told this to Sara. I think when they lost the gold medal to Canada at the Olympics, was there funny business going on there? Probably. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought about that, especially since Canada's been playing so mid recently. I felt bad for Sweden. That's one of the first things I thought of. I go, maybe that should have been Sweden's gold medal. Leading up to the gold medal match, maybe Canada shouldn't beat the United States either. But when you go head to head with that team at that point, and it's nothing against the players or the fans, nothing. It's all about the federation. So that's an aside. But what does everyone think? Questions, comments down below. Exciting match. Like I said, I don't know if this video is going to come before or after the England-Sweden game, but that should be a great match. I'm happy for either team who will win, but excited for Italy moving on. Hey, could we see an Italy final? We could.
Hey, that'd be great.
Yeah. Questions, comments down below. We'll talk to everyone later. Have a great night. Bye.
Bye.